Hello, AFAM. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, if you're an old subscriber, thank you for sticking around. And if you're new, you are welcome. So, this video is all about it's just going to be a lot of storytelling and about my delivery period for my second pregnancy, the labor, and all that it entails. Okay, so fine. I realized I was pregnant. Hee hee hee. I was so happy and all that. Thank God. Fast forward to now the time for delivery. Most of us who use the Flow app usually like take notes of our days, right? After you've been able to save the dates of your periods, and then the very last one that you saved. So through that, you'll be able to know your LMP. That's your last menstrual period, which is the very first day of your last menses. So with your LMP, your EDD will be easy to calculate. You get. And for me, I couldn't remember my LMP, so we just kept guessing and guessing. But what helped me is was the fact that at least I realized would make use of my very first EDD that I got based on my calculation for my first pregnancy scan. Usually, my babies come 4 days after the predicted date, which has worked for my two pregnancies. So we just kept going. I'd even like applied for leave from work for like a month to the time. I didn't even know. I was thinking, okay, I'm applying this leave, so it should be like 2 weeks or a week to the time. But my baby decided to come like almost 3 weeks after my leave started. And before she came, I think my water broke. That was my first time experiencing water breaking, and I was like, okay, I've been hearing of water breaking, and it just felt like now this is the experience. Suddenly, you just see a gush of water, like you just see water coming out as in pouring down, but like you're peeing, but you're not actively doing it. It's just coming out on its own, and this thing will just keep flowing and flowing. You'll be wetting a whole lot, and I when I saw it, I was like, okay, this looks strange. So I had to like reach out to my spouse, and this is what's going on. So it was late at night, at about 9 p.m. We rushed to the hospital. And when we went, the nurse was like, okay, took all the vital signs and all whatnot. And given that this was what was going on, it wasn't really safe for us to leave that night. So I had to sleep over in the hospital. Fast forward to the next day, I was having contractions, but they weren't very active. They weren't very strong. I just kept staying there, and I was also feeling really gassy. My stomach was swelling up. Like it was so bad that if I'm lying flat down, like facing up, my tummy divides into two, like I'm having twins. One side is basically, I don't know, it was just all gassy. To me, I felt like okay, maybe this is just the whole gas accumulated on one side, and then the baby is on one side. So we were waiting because based on the whole progression, I was supposed to at least be in active labor, but it wasn't working out. So I just waited. Well, we now decided that okay, let us decide to do induction, the almighty induction. My goodness. Hey, Father, please. That's one experience that I don't think I can ever forget. But while doing that, my husband had to like rush to go and go to the blood bank and prepare for surgery just in case the induction process doesn't work out. Because I realized some people, even after being induced, they still don't feel labor or urge to give birth. So we went there, and at some point, some of the nurses were not exactly attending to me anymore. They're like, okay, it's like it's just the doctors that are attending to me. So they just stayed. And after the doctors came, they checked me. I had not dilated so much. I think I started with them from okay. At some point, I got to 2 cm. It wasn't passing 2 cm. It just kept being the same, and the contractions would come and go. And so that evening, I hear you don't really do induction at night, but they just had to do the induction at night. So they induced me, and we just started the whole process and waiting it out. Meanwhile, the nurses went to sleep. It was just one that was awake checking me. And then it started. Father, Father, my Lord. I mean, if someone had told me this is how I don't know, this is the experience of induction, I would have said, no, please just take me to the surgical room. I mean, why go through this? It was crazy. You can't sit down. You can't. You. I'm struggling to struggling not to scream on my voice. Like my first baby, there's this myth that if you shout in your first pregnancy, you always shout try your pregnancy. I mean, no, no, no. I scream because I need to relieve myself of whatever I need to from my head. So I was just there struggling. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't stand. I was in between. Nothing was making sense. At some point, I was like, "Oh my god!" I just, I just started shouting, but in a calm manner. One of the nurses now came and met me. That why am I shouting? Why am I sounding this way? So I cannot endure pain. Auntie, I'm going through a whole lot, and you're telling me that. Anyways, that was a list of my problems. So I was in serious pain. My brain was hot, my body, my system. Don't forget, I was also gassy. So I was feeling a lot at the same time. And then at about um I think few hours later, because I couldn't sleep throughout the night. And meanwhile, I was giving that induction around 9. So I had stayed till early hours of the morning because my baby came around 2. So I had stayed till early hours of the morning, like that one or so, when one other female doctor came to check me. And she was like, "This lady's already 6 a.m." Now the hospital I stay, once you're 4 a.m., they move you down so that they can follow up the whole labor process until you're done. But I was already 6, and the nurse was like, "Are you sure she's 6? I don't want to take her down there." And they'll now tell me that I don't know how to check labor period, and she's not even well dilated. Say, this lady is 6 a.m. Hurry up. When the doctor came and checked me, and she was like, "This lady is 6 a.m." My husband was there. And, oh, thank God, at least someone has come to attend to me and all that. The nurse was like, "Are you sure that she's been here? Or when did they even induce me? And she doesn't want to take me down because if she takes me down and I'm not fully dilated or up to even 4 a.m., they'll start complaining and all whatnot." So she said, "Take this lady down now." So in fact, so if a surge of energy entered me, and that was what I just shouted at my husband, "We are 6." And he was very excited. So we had to like pack all our things and go downstairs. So when we went, in fact, while going down, the nurse now realized how serious it was. So she was telling me it was a staircase. She was telling me at every point I feel strong contraction, I should just pause and hold her, pause and hold her. Now the speed, okay, first let me just keep going. I kept feeling the contraction. When it hits hard, I'll just pause, hold her, and try to hold myself. And it was a different ball game and experience entirely. So we managed to go downstairs, and we managed. And that was how I kept having contractions, like really strong contractions, very active labor. And we went in. So when we got down, the nurses there quickly checked me out, like, "Hurry, hurry, she's 7. Hurry, that this is induction. Induction doesn't take time." They were just hurrying, trying to prep the whole place and all that in less than 40 something. What am I saying? In few minutes, I can't even remember, because almost 240 something. Because when did we come down? We got down around 2. So my baby was out around 2:30 something, and so 38. So in that few minutes, I don't know how I dilated to 10 cm immediately. That's at some point I started shouting because the lady told me I have to hold myself. I said I cannot hold myself. I said, "Favor, do not push. Don't push. I cannot hold myself anymore." The woman was like, "No, try. Say, Favor, you're doing well. You're doing well. Do not push." That's how I kept telling myself. So until she told me it was ready to push, and when it was time, God, I used every capacity in me and I pushed out my baby out. And then when I pushed out, I just I just took a deep breath. "Is she out? Yes." "Did I do well?" "Yes, you did." Now I'm laughing about it, and it's been like a year, and I wish I even told this story when it was just not too long after my delivery. I mean, the emotions were there, but it's an experience I can never forget, and it meant so much. So seeing my baby at the time, I felt really blessed because I named her Aliana. It means God has answered me. Like this is a prayer answered. And I want to use this opportunity to pray for someone out there to just bless you. You're there and you're wondering when next you're going to carry that baby, when next you're going to join mothers to cry or cry out of joy or be so joyful about it, and it feels like your case is different. It feels like nothing is happening. Probably you just keep having miscarriages, or probably there's no hope for you, or they said you cannot have any child. But remember whose report you should listen to is the report of God. So as God did it for me, as He has done it for millions and billions of mothers out there, of women out there, He will definitely do it for you. That you are blessed, you are favored, you are fruitful, and God opens your womb. You will hear the cry of a baby. You will carry your own child and children. God is going to prosper all that you need, and everything that is needed for the growth and development for that child is made available, and you will carry your child to full term. If you're scared that you're not going to carry your child to full term, you're going to give birth to your child premature, in the name of Jesus above every other name, I am saying it as a mother as well, you're going to carry your baby to full term in Jesus name, and you are blessed on all sides. So thank you so much. If you've watched this video to this point, what are you waiting for? Please, can you just give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell as well. So whenever a new video comes up, you're notified. And thank you so much for watching this much. I love you. Bye.